Brett Kavanaugh has been sworn in, is now ensconced in the Supreme Court, but the left's anger over that is not even close to ending. Pretty soon it'll be so bad we'll need the Nuclear Regulatory Commission to investigate it. Today on The View, to name one example, a person identified as a legal analyst called Sunny Hostin proclaimed that when it comes to sexual assault, due process plays no role. Watch this.
After 40 years, we finally changed the law. We finally said a woman's word is enough. I've taken many cases to trial with just a woman's word.
Every single woman needs to be heard, because more often than not, women are correct. But Sunny, you are insinuating that evidence doesn't matter. And as a lawyer, evidence should always matter.
Testimony is evidence. You don't need corroborating evidence. You don't need a rape kit. You don't need witnesses, because oftentimes, guess what? There are no witnesses during rape. So when you're talking about evidence, testimonial evidence is the very best in our system.
Alan Dershowitz spent decades teaching at Harvard Law School. He knows something about due process. He's the author of the book, The Case Against Impeaching Trump, and he joins us tonight. Professor, thanks for coming on. So you just heard a very specific legal claim that it is now the law in the United States that, and I'm quoting, a woman's word is enough. That's it. Is that true?
Technically, it is true. The law was changed some years ago, and I think it was a good change, that you don't need corroboration to make a case. So that if a woman who was raped immediately goes to the hospital, gets a rape kit, identifies her assailant, knew her assailant previously, certainly her word would be enough. But if it's 35 years old, if her main witness said no, she wasn't there, if there are inconsistencies in the story, then obviously the testimony of the woman, though technically sufficient, would not be enough to convince any reasonable fact finder beyond a reasonable doubt. Just think of the case today. Harvey Weinstein, I consulted briefly on one of the email issues in that case, had the main accuser's accusation against him dismissed today because evidence came out that a detective suppressed that the main accuser had told a friend that she had willingly and voluntarily engaged in oral sex with Harvey Weinstein in order to be cast in a role, having previously sworn under oath, presumably, that he forced her to have sex. So women do lie. Women lie for economic reasons. I agree that most women tell the truth, but most isn't enough to convict somebody. You need proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So technically, Sunny Hostin, who's a good lawyer, is correct. But practically, if you have elements that cast doubt on the word of the woman, then corroboration certainly helps strengthen the case.
So you're allowed to doubt a woman's word. That's still legal. Is this a sex-selective question? Is it, do we believe women more than we believe men?
First of all, not only are you allowed, but if you're on a jury, you are obliged to presume the innocence of the defendant, which means you cannot presume that the witness is telling the truth. You have to look at the totality of the circumstances. Look, we know, we've seen case after case where women have told the truth and have been assaulted and men have gotten away with it, but we've seen case after case where women, for their own reasons, have lied. The Virginia case, the case in this other cases, we've seen case after case. And so we don't start with a presumption that there's a genetically linked characteristic for truth-telling and lying.
Good. We were getting pretty, you're starting to make me a little nervous. Professor, thank you for clarifying that.
I appreciate it.
It was something we wanted clarified. Thank you.